Hey guys, it's Phantom Sex Listener here, back again with another Phantom Sex Listener video here, and today I bring you a new series. This does not mean I am moving on from a fandom or changing my whole fandom schedule on my channel up. No, today I bring us something new instead of something, that's from the same fandom, something that you were already expecting. Today I bring you Atreus, ex-listener. From God of War Ragnarok, I bring you Atreus. Atreus is Kratos' son, aka Kratos is the God of War. If you haven't played any of the God of War games, please start from the beginning, or at least take a look at someone who explains each and every single little game for you in detail. Or take a look at God of War Ragnarok playthrough. The video is 18 hours long. I think it would take you 22 days to watch it. I mean, if you have that much time in your hands, then watch it like that. But today I bring you Atreus, ex-listener. I haven't worked on his voice at all by how busy I am. It's been tough over here at home. It's been really tough. I've been dealing with a lot of things. Stress, depression, and you're probably like, oh, we're here for you, Alex or AG. It's okay, we're here to listen, but it's not the same. You guys probably wouldn't understand. It is personal, and family problems. But anyway, ooh, my voice cleared. Getting that out of the way, let's get straight into the video. Alright, so we're back. I thought Pinterest wasn't going to have any fan art of Atreus, but apparently they did, and I found some pretty ones like this one. I really like it. It just seems aesthetic and pretty, you know what I mean? So I'm going to have to come up with like a little story. Let's say Thea, or it's not Freya, because we all know Freya is the other one with Freyr. That's her brother. It's Freya. I think it is. It's kind of like saying Faith and Faye. So I think it's Faye. Let's just call her Faye. So let's say it's like a week after Faye passed away, and let's say Atreus was already a little older. I think he was, to be honest. I can't even remember the God of War lore that much. And he had a fight with Kratos, his dad. And he was trying to say that he was trying to protect his mom or heal his mom. And he wasn't letting him and everything like that. They were still having like the same fight they had the same night she passed away. And so Kratos said something really truthful, or just like meanie, that just hurt Atreus. And so he started to cry in front of his dad, even though Kratos told him to suck it up. He didn't, and he ran off. You know how he is. If you play the game, or if you've seen a YouTuber play through it, the first chapter is like, I wouldn't say the first. After you get through the cutscenes and you actually get Mimir back, aka I think they're brothers. I don't know if they're brother. I think they're brothers, Mimir and Kratos. I think they're brothers. The little talking head, the smartest head alive. Let's say it's after they get there. Oh God, I'm sorry. After they get there, so basically, Henry, one of the wolves, he dies, and Atreus couldn't accept his death, yada yada. He got mad and turned into a really big grizzly bear, ended up killing a mama grizzly, and basically, depending on his emotion, he turns into a certain animal. I don't know. But let's say he turned into a wolf because of his emotions and ran off into the woods. And let's say you were in a pond nearby, feeding the little koi fish, and then you hear a big bonk, like a big thud. It was Atreus not looking where he was going and ended up slamming into a tree really hard. and you hear boom. You turn back to see some snow fell off a tree, and you thought to yourself, huh? What was that? I'll make sure my things stay hidden. Who's there? You called out. You heard slight groaning. So you went over to check it out because you heard it was, a mortal life form. So it wasn't an animal, so it couldn't hurt you. Take a sip of this coffee. So you went over there and you saw Atreus. He was basically just, a pile of snow. Because you guys were still in Midgard. Yeah, you guys were still in Midgard, and it was still going through Fimbulwinter. But let's say it was a more lighter Fimbulwinter instead of that whole storm thing. There was still sun and everything. Fimbulwinter was just getting started, let's say. So you see that his head is bleeding slightly because of how hard he slammed into the tree. You gasped and said, "Are you okay? You're hurt." Ow. Ow. Crap. Hey. He backed away from you, getting out his little pocket knife. You say, hey, it's okay. It's okay. You say, you like just getting your hands out, showing that you have no weapons, you mean no harm, and you kneel down, sitting down so you don't get near him, And he says, how did you get here? I don't remember what happened. I'm sorry if I startled you. No, it's okay. I just heard a really big thud and I noticed it was you. How did you bump into the tree that hard? I don't remember clearly. I remember running off into the woods and just running really quickly, faster than I ever could, and I closed my eyes for a little bit and boom, I ended up here with you. I know this may be a bad timing, but what is your name? So I can keep in mind, of course. Oh, my name is Listener, you said to him. But I think I may have a few tissues in my bag to help you out with your head. Here, excuse me. You held Atreus' face. Thank you for your kind and generous help. If it weren't for you, back home, my father, would have just told me it was discipline, and boy, you should not run off into the woods like that, or he probably just would have ignored it. You sigh and say, tough parents, or strict parents. No, not really, but I could say my father is very strict. He really is. He grew up in a very, very strict place. I forgot what it's called. There's Vikings and there's Kratos is a what? He's a god of war. He's kind of a god, but his story is basically becoming a god. He's starts with an S. I want to say Sable, but Sable is a TikToker. I'll figure that out later. Let's just say he said what Kratos was, and you gasped slightly. Oh, I see. It must be tough. You're about my age, right? You say your age. And he says, yeah, I just roughly turned 15. It's been tough, yes. But I know my father only wants the best for me. And I only want the best for him. But he clearly does not know how to trust me. Or know how to trust my word. It's been tough for him lately. he, like, while you were cleaning his head, he looked away, meaning that, like, he was sad. Oh God, I wanted to say something, but my languages are getting mixed. I'm so sorry. Anyway, clearing my throat. And you said, "Are you okay? You seem kind of down." He said, "Well, it's been kind of tough lately because of, well, if you don't mind me saying this, it is my father and I's personal business, but my mother just passed away." Oh. I'm so sorry. I didn't. Oh, why did I ask? No. It's okay. It's okay. It's been tough for both of us lately. I've been trying to comfort him about it, but he says, "Boy, I don't need it," or something like that. But I'm glad you actually are listening to me. I tried talking to him and he just won't stand it and listen. Well, I'm glad to help you. Oh, I didn't ask about your name. He said, "Oh, that was so rude of me. I'm so sorry. I'm Atreus." Atreus. He smiled. "Oh, Atreus. That is a very pretty name," you say, gently holding his chin while still cleaning up the blood. Thank you. My mother used to tell me that all the time. I remember this place, the pond, where we used to feed the koi fish all the time. Let's just say that happened. She used to call out my name, Atreus. Atreus. He sighed softly, closing his eyes. And when I ran up to her, asking what was it, she used to say, "Nothing. I just wanted to call out to you and tell you how much of a pretty name you have." I miss her, but she's moved on to a better life now. And what's done is done. I bet the afterlife is better for her. And when Father moves on, they'll get to be together, half and half reunited in the spiritual world. And then he opens his eyes again and says, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I must have overshared." You say, "No, you didn't overshare at all." It was pretty hearing that. You can turn that into a pretty little poem. And done. Be careful not to run too quickly into the woods anymore. And then you hear in the, it just like you hear in the background, "Atreus!" Just like Kratos yelling for him. "Oh, that must be Father. I have to go. It was an honor meeting you, listener. I hope to see you soon or again. We meet again." "Coming!" He ran off. You smiled and chuckled and said, "Atreus, interesting boy. I wonder how you just ran into the woods like that," you say, putting away the tissues. "Oh, wait, he left something behind," you say to yourself. "It's a book. Well, he did leave footprints. It could. So it was getting a little windy because he ran off into way after, he ran into the woods. It was way it was far from Mimir/Kratos' house. Who knows whose house it actually is. So you followed Atreus' footprints and saw where the house was. You knocked, and Kratos answered the door, and of course he said in his rough tone, "May I ask who you are, and what are you doing here at such a timing? Young, your gender." Oh, hello. You must be Atreus' father, Kratos. Forgive me, sir, for bothering you at such a bad timing. Atreus, your son, he left this, back in the woods, his book. Don't worry, I didn't read anything that was in here. Here. Thank you very much for opening the door for me, kind sir. You give a little bow and he says, "Wait, before you go, out of my generous honor, since we there it is, Spartan. Since we Spartans are not like this as much, please, care to stay? The winter is starting." Oh, I wouldn't mind at all, and thank you very much for your generous offer. I'm talking like them, kind of like old-fashioned style, let's say. So you go inside and you see Atreus. He waves because he was putting away the blankets, and Mimir says, "Oh, we have a new visitor." Kratos said, Yes, Mimir. Don't overtalk." Farewell, young Urgender. You are a very splendid, or splendid, something, not splendid, it was something Jacksepticeye made up. You are a very rare one of your kind. I'm surprised Atreus found one of you. And then Atreus said in the background, "Mimir." I'm sorry, listener, about Mimir. Don't listen to him. Says he's the smartest man alive. Oh, you have a little something right here. He just took like a small little stick out of your hair and just like kind of put your hair behind your ear. You get the vibe. Take a sip of this coffee. You blushed slightly and thanked him. Oh, thank you, Atreus. I wouldn't have noticed since I went home, but thank you. Oh, my honor. He sat next to you. So, I'm surprised my father had let you in. Like he said, Spartans don't usually do this. It is usually with their loved ones or the ones they trust. I'm surprised he just let someone I just met inside. And thank you. Thank you very much for bringing my little book back to me. It means a lot. I've written my almost half of my life into that little book. Photos, drawings, spells. You tilted your head and said, "Spells?" Oh, a new spell I have learned from Mimir himself, and I forgot one of the name of the dwarves. The dwarf brothers. From Mimir and one of my friends. It's called Skialfa. I've had to memorize it a little bit. You tilted your head again and said, "So, you know archery?" Archery? Archery is something I've been doing all my life, listener. Basically, from a little baby. Well, like I said, my father is strict. I heard that, boy, said Kratos in the background. Sorry, father, Atreus said. He is very strict. So, I have been basically learning archery my whole life. He closed the book. Oh, jeez, that was rude of me. I'll go make you a hot drink. No, you don't have to, Atreus. Sit, you said. Kind of in a obeying, just trying to like, try to get him to obey you. He said, no, I'll go get it. Kratos, being a little too nice, put the hot cocoa down and said, Atreus, sit. And then Atreus really went, sit. Thank you, Father, for the hot chocolate. You do a little head bow and say, "Thank you, Sir Kratos." He said, "No need to call me sir, just Kratos." Mimir, and just on the other side of the table. "Ooh, I see the Spartan is being a little nice." "Enough, Mimir." Okay. I'll be silent. Atreus took a sip of his hot chocolate. I was gonna say hot coffee, geez. Who has coffee actually is Mimir and Kratos, because you know they're the adults. He took a sip of his hot chocolate and he looked at you. He gave you that side eye and chuckled. He also looked at him and chuckled as well. Mimir looked at you too. Well, he can't see. He's kind of blind, but I could say he can kind of see. I would say he's pretending to be blind, to be honest. So he looked over and said, "Oh, I see those two are thinking of something. Hey, a little plan, going out together." "Forgive me and excuse me, Mimir," said Atreus. Also Kratos. "Mimir. Atreus is too young to go out." "Okay, alright, back in my day, enough." "I see. Hey?" "Must be tough, Mimir, right?" Yes. My name is Mimir, thank you. The smartest head alive." "I've heard." At least you've heard of me. Thank you." Atreus smiled and said, "Well, before it's too late, how about I take you back home? And you can bring my father's famous hot chocolate back with you." "It is an honor to have you here, listener." "Right," said Kratos. Atreus' jaw dropped, but he immediately just kind of closed it and said, "All right, on our way we go. I shall be back in a few, Father. Make sure the wolves are fed and Mimir doesn't overtalk, or maybe does not give you any ideas. Stay safe. Be careful, Fimbulwinter is getting strong." So Kratos just nodded and he was taking you back home. You two walked slowly. You two immediately started laughing. "You see what my father did? He just immediately told me to sit. And Mimir with the going out thing. What is up with Mimir today?" You chuckled and said, "I don't know. Even though I may not know Mimir, the smartest head alive in person, he did seem he was being a little bit off. And Kratos, your father, for a Spartan, I wasn't expecting that out of him." Me either. I was expecting him to be all like, "Oh, thank you, young, your gender," and then just close the door on you. But surprisingly, he didn't. "There's something special about you, He looked at you with a small smirk, and you gave him a little nudge. He said, "Hey, ow." "There's nothing special. It's just, maybe he was just being nice." Atreus clearly saw there was something special about you. So he stopped for a moment and he said, "Hey, hold on. Here." So just like right here. I could say that's paint. So he had a little bit of glowing paint. He said, "Sofna." I don't know what it means, okay? I don't speak their language. I don't speak Taco Bell. So he put a little bit on your nose and he said, "Sofna." Even though Sofna is used to, like, you know, put someone's spirit in one of those little spheres so they can be in peace and yada yada, I think Sofna would also be used for peace. question mark, theories. So he said Sofna, and it started to glow a little bit, and you sneezed and said, what's that for? Oh, it's just a little thing me and my mother used to do. Now don't wipe it off until you get home. You'll feel a little different. Just trust me. You are special. So you got to your home, which was far into the village. And your parents only called you in when they saw you with a boy outside. But before you went, you shook on it. But then you shook both of your hands. And then before you went inside, you two touched foreheads. And you held Atreus' face and gave him a kiss on the forehead and thanked him for everything. Atreus blushed, not expecting that behavior out of you, and you heard your mother / father / grandparent, because I don't know who you live with, saying, listener, inside now. Where have you been, young your gender? Coming. I'm sorry, I have to go. We shall see each other soon, Atreus. Coming. You go inside, closing the door. Atreus let out a soft sigh, saying, they're special, all right. When Atreus got back home, Mimir said, you saw what I saw in them. Yeah, Mimir, shut it, I know. They're special. My boy, finding one of a kind like that is rare. Enjoy the moments you have together, because you never know when your father is going to move on, eh? Enjoy your time in Midgard. I feel like I'm better at doing Mimir's voice. Enjoy your time in Midgard, boy, because it may not last. Mimir, I know, and thank you for being kind-hearted and very wise to me. I'll make sure I visit them from time to time. After training, of course. You heard me, father? Yes, said Kratos. Good. Do you allow me to do that, father? He nods. Okay. So after training, right? Okay. I'll get the blankets ready. Fed the wolves? Okay. Good night, Mimir. Good night, father. And then everyone went to sleep. At your house POV or listener's POV. This can't be right. Am I really in love with a boy I just met? In Fimbulwinter, a season that it's rare to fall in love with. You fall in your bed. This has to be a curse. I'll just leave it up to tomorrow. Maybe I can see him at the pond again. Who knows? Good night, Mama, or Dad, or grandparent, or whoever you live with. You two were thinking of each other, and while you thought of each other, you two blushed. You felt a connection between you two, and both having goosebumps down your spine. And both of you said, tomorrow at the pond. 7 a.m. And that is all for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We're not that close, but we are getting close to 4K. Thank you guys so much for all your love and support. I just got not new achievement, but I just got something new on YouTube unlocked. I can stream with you guys now. For people who are allowed to live stream, I will be streaming tonight. If you guys want to join my stream, you are free to join. I will talk to you. We will get at least 10 to 15 minutes talking with each other, and then you will have to sadly leave my stream so I can talk to other fans. Thank you guys so much for all your donations, sweet comments, all your love and support. Sadly, I'm going to make this clear again. I am not bringing John Doe back. I am not bringing Shadow the Hedgehog back. Sonic series are done. Sadly, I'm sorry. Until I think of something. I may bring the Steven Universe series back. I may or may not bring the Undertale series back. I am trying to do a little bit more female ex-listener, like April or Cassandra. But I'll see what I can do, what I have on my list. 2D is also on my list. Maybe a little bit more of anime, like example, bringing back My Hero Academia. I did well on the Tamaki, I have to admit, and Midoriya. I do Izuku very well, and I'll see what I can do. I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to comment. Take a sip of this coffee.